What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of the My Player Career Mode. Today is episode number 70, and in this episode, we'll be kickstarting it with a game against Barcelona in the Champions League. So that's going to be, hopefully, an interesting watch, of course. Ben knows all about Barca from his time with Real Madrid, but that's currently how the league table looks. United, the only team in the division that currently unbeaten, so they have that to hold on to. But as I said, they've got a game up against Barca coming now, and as the group stage of the Champions League goes, Barca have won their first two games, so they sit top on 6 points, whereas Manchester United, they've won 1 and drawn 1, so they're on 4, so they're sat second. So this game, these will probably be the two teams that end up getting out of the group. It's just going to be deciding who comes out as winners, who comes out as second place. Of course, United were Champions League winners last season. Ben wasn't here, but they did win it, so many ways, Man United have got to try and defend their Champions League trophy. So this game's going to be quite tough. And that is the league table for you all to look at. Ajax and Galatasaray, of course, is the other game that will be going on in the group. If one of them win there, if United lose here, this potentially could be quite a dangerous situation for them. So we're about to see what's going to happen in the third game of the group stage. And we know from Real Madrid and from when Ben was there, exactly the quality that Barcelona don't really have. They have got a decent team, but I wouldn't say their team is overly, fantastic. It's still a decent side, and it's still one that can cause issues, but with the money they've got, I was expecting it to be slightly better. And the first chance of the game fell the way of Manchester United. Ben with it was really only half chance. It was one of those chances where he's just looking to see what he can do inside the opening few minutes of the game. And to be honest, the first half was quite a boring one. Like, nothing really happened. No real chances. There was a couple. The first one there you saw from Ben. The second one comes the way of Barca as it's Luis Suarez with this one. Dembele finding him in the centre of the pitch. And again, he's trying to test the goalkeeper from the distance. This one is over the top of the crossbar. So, two chances in the first 30 minutes. Both of them very similar. As now we move into the second half. And it is Manchester United looking to break away. But Paul Pogba gives away the ball in what should have been a simple pass in the centre of the pitch. Straight to Luis Suarez via a Barcelona man, and he has given them the lead inside 50 minutes. As I said, it was Paul Pogba's pass that I just don't know what he was trying to do. You can see he gets it here, and he just rushes it to Ben. Instead of actually looking, getting his head up and seeing what he might have done, he gives it away to number 20, who slides it straight through to Luis Suarez. I think it's Sergi Samper originally, and it is Suarez with quite a brilliant finish past David De Gea to make the score 1-0. So United at home, a 1-0 down to Barcelona, and it looks like now they might be struggling in this game. They haven't really created anything to give us any indication that maybe they'll be able to get something moving forward, and it might just mean that potentially they might be in second place, and Barca will probably be on 9 points if it stays as it is. As you move into the last kind of 20 minutes, and then this happened. Like, I spoke about a footballing lesson when we were at Real Madrid with Ben, and it was actually United who handed Real Madrid that one. But this time around, Barca are the one to hand a footballing lesson to United. For a good 5 or so minutes, they didn't touch the ball, Manchester United. It was completely all Barca down the right-hand side. Dembele goes through in the end. He slides it straight through the legs of the defender. And once again, David De Gea is beaten. 20 minutes to go. It was completely all Barca in this second half. United really doing nothing to threaten them. And quite brutally, I think United deserved that defeat. Like, I don't want to say that they were unlucky or anything, because they simply weren't. They were just outplayed, outclassed, and Barcelona, for as much as I don't think they were going to be that much of a test if we move forward in this kind of Champions League campaign, they certainly showed us that they can cause the danger. But given the circumstances that Real Madrid, of course, last year, we kind of dominated Barca in that final El Clasico, I would say that this is just a one-off. You look at the next Manchester United team, and just simply put, they weren't good enough on the day. I don't think this is going to be a recurring theme, and I have every confidence that in the next game when they go over to the new camp, Manchester United will play very well. I think this might have just been a literally one-off situation where they've had that one bad game. I mean, credit to Barca, they did play very well themselves in order to actually win the game, but United weren't great, so they didn't really help them at all. So yeah, I think that was just going to be a one-off, and next time we see it, they'll play better at the new camp. But I mean, if you just look around the players, no real player having more than a 7-match rating, and that was Matic, who was substituted off. So it was a disappointing kind of start to the episode. But at least Ajax and Galatasaray did end up drawing their game 2-2. So as it stands, Manchester United still sits second, even with that defeat. Now we move into the Premier League, over to the King Power Stadium we go. Leicester City, the opponents for this one. Look at that side. I took a pause here just so you guys could actually look at that team. Barring the two centre midfielders in the form of Herrera and Matic, that side is a very strong side as well. Lukaku 90 rated up front. Of course, we've got Ben just in behind him as well. And this one's going to be tough for Leicester. They're going to have to try and keep up with the pace that United play at. But also, more importantly, they're going to have to try and create chances. Because I'm sure the home fans won't be too happy to watch them sit back and try and defend against United. So, as it stands, Leicester in the bottom half of the table. I think if they won this game here, they could climb up a few places. They've actually got a very good squad. They've got Maguire, Rudiger, Marcelo as well, of course, from Spurs. He did join Spurs from Real Madrid when Ben was there, and he's now playing his trade at Leicester. So they've got a decent side here, and it's one that can maybe upset this United team. But again, from United, their side is probably one of the better ones that we're likely to see in world football at the moment. And it's going to get underway here with Romelu Lukaku starting the game off. And the first chance going the way of Manchester United. 20 minutes in, Ben with a run, sees he's got Martial over to his left, chooses not to use him, uses Lukaku instead. Eventually disguises his pass straight through to Martins, who should do better with the finish. It was a nice disguised pass, that one from Ben, and I was a little bit disappointed with Martins and his finishing. But 33 minutes in, regardless, Ben again, he is the danger man for United at this game at the moment. Once again, using Martins over on the right with another nice disguised pass, and once again, his finish lets him down. He hits it straight towards Remio. I don't actually know. But yeah, the Leicester goalkeeper anyways. 2 saves, but they weren't really difficult saves, because both times Martins really didn't catch his shot very well at all. And I've never actually seen that Leicester goalkeeper before. Maybe I'll have to look into him, because he might be quite good. But moving forward, 47 minutes in, and you can see Martins again, this time second half of football. Ben with the Ronaldo chop, tries to find the top corner. It just would not fall kindly for Romelu Lukaku in the end. And as we move into the last kind of 35 minutes or so, again, Ben looking to create, and it is completely all him pretty much with these chances. Lovely little touch of play from Lukaku, back to him, runs to the area, and eventually he finds the breakthrough with that left foot of his. Firing it into the corner of the goal, inside the post as well. He did use the post in order to score that one, but it was nice football from United, actually, in order to create the opportunity. Nice little one-touch play, and Lukaku as well showing decent hold-up play in order to get Ben into the chance. And the number 7 just does not miss. That is a great finish, and it was kind of going that way. You know, Leicester, to be honest, didn't really do anything to really create themselves a chance. They were just looking to try and hold on to a 0-0 draw here, and now it means they've got to come out and try and attack, because they don't really have an option. If they want to lose the game by a goal to 0 and sit back, fair enough, but I'm sure the fans won't be happy with that at all. And to their credit, they did create. 66 minutes in, corner ball here on this left-hand side. It was a great corner whipped in, and Marty's there on the edge of the area. Phenomenal header, actually, given the circumstances. And it is David De Gea equal to it, making a fantastic one-handed save to keep that one out. They get another corner, though, and Kodu's through over this one. He whips it in towards the middle. Harry Maguire's then there. It's cleared off the line. Llorente picks it up. Back to Maguire. Eventually, we do deal with this one, though. As you can see, number 35 here, trying to work some space. Gives it away. But then straight from there, it's then given straight back to Leicester. And in the end, it's a rocket. An absolute rocket from the Leicester City man to make the score 1-1 with 20 minutes to go. I have no idea how on earth he got that much behind it, given this. Look at this from this angle, guys. He has literally one touch there, and then bang! Gets so much power behind it. David De Gea does not stand a chance. And Leicester, admittedly, their first chance of the game pretty much in that sequence of events, have just equalised the score to make it 1-1. So, yeah, not fantastic. But straight from kickoff, United weren't going to allow that to happen. They go at the other end. Lukaku into Ben. Ben's got Martins on the overlap. For once, is he going to get his strike right? Yes, he does. Missed 2 earlier on in the game where he hit it straight at the goalkeeper. This time around, though, when we need him to come in clutch, he does just that. Ben with a goal and an assist today. And it is actually Martins finishing the move off as well. As soon as Leicester got themselves back on level terms, they were back down to a 2-1 deficit. I mean, I have to say, that was just one of them situations where they were caught completely off guard instantly, but then after that, all-out attack was applied, but not quite enough time left for Leicester to actually make the impact and grab another equaliser in the game, which means they will go on to lose it by 2-1. The fans not happy with them, but to be honest, I don't think they've done that badly there. They put up a good showing. And to say they've got a 2-1 defeat to Manchester United, who are unbeaten so far in the league, it's not bad. You know, it's not a bad result. I'm sure they would have liked to draw, but they can't really say too much when United dominated most of the game there. But that is another look at that goal in what was a quite brilliant strike from there forward. Because again, if we did that 10 times over, I think 7 of those he would hit that over the top of the crossbar. But he gets it right there and nearly gets a point for Leicester, but not quite in the end. And as we move into the next game, it is West Ham United in the Carabao Cup. Winner of this one will go through to the quarter-final here as well. So I'm pretty sure that we ended up winning a Carabao Cup with Spurs when Ben was over there. So it's just the FA Cup, really, that we haven't won on English soil at the moment. And that's something that he's going to have to try and do with this United team. And as you go over to the London Stadium to watch this one play out, that is how the round of 16 currently looks in the way of teams and current results. And as I said, the winner here moves through to the quarterfinals. And hopefully we're moving that one step closer to a final if they can keep their nerve. And a decent West Ham team, this one, as I said before, Ben very nearly joining them. And they've got a very good squad, actually. And that is the United team on the screen. Regan Paul back in at centre midfield. And I actually remember Regan Paul because I had him previously in FIFA 17 on one of my Road to Glory saves that I did not on YouTube. And he was actually a centre-back. So I don't really know why he's being deployed as a central midfielder at the moment, whether or not that's something that the game automatically does, or whether or not it's just Mourinho's liking that currently at this time. I don't quite know why, but fantastic move inside 11 minutes here. Sets Ben up with the opportunity to strike, and you can bet when he's in this kind of form, he is going to try and find the net with that one. He scored the goal against Leicester that gave them the lead last time out, so why not try there? 33 minutes in now, though, and once again, it was United dominating proceedings, much like they did against Leicester in the last game, and he gets across towards the middle, but a vital interception there from the West Ham United defender stops that one from going any further. But then from the corner, Ben, great turn, gets inside. He's not right-footed. He's got a 2-star weak foot. And somehow he scores to make the score 1-0. Now, if you watch from the angle and the replay, when I saw this back, I think this might have taken a slight deflection, which is the reason why it actually beats the West Ham United goalkeeper. By the way, guys, I've just forgot. I meant to show you Ben's weak foot and his skill moves and all that stuff. I forgot to actually show it. But he has got a 5-star weak foot and a 2-star skill moves. Sorry, no, wrong way around. 5-star skill moves, 2-star weak foot is what Ben currently has. So yeah, my apologies, got that the wrong way around. I will show you next episode if I remember to do so. But that is another look from a different angle. And I don't quite know if there was a deflection in there, but I'm pretty sure there might have been. Keeper, though, it's disappointing from him. I can't really believe he's been beaten by that. I mean, yeah, it's a decent strike, but he's not really one that you'd expect to be going into the back of the net. Bilic not quite very happy with his side there after that, wanting them to get back onto the front foot. But Ben's goal has made the difference in that first half. And as you move into the second, 55 minutes in, United are playing themselves into danger for no apparent reason here. As West Ham United go very close to finding the equaliser, but their man there couldn't quite believe he got through that easily. And in that case, ended up putting it wide at the post. Like, he was straight through, one-on-one. He's at least got to test the goalkeeper there. But that was Ben's last contribution to the game. He was substituted off, and Paul Pogba made his way onto the field of play. Now, one thing that I wanted for Ben was for him to come here and maybe take some free kicks. And as you know, he wasn't doing that at Real Madrid. So when they won this one against West Ham here, he's off the field of play. I was intrigued to see who was actually going to take this one. And surprisingly enough, Rafael Varane, of all players, was stood over this free kick. And it wasn't a bad one from him, in all honesty, but I hope that's not going to be a situation. If Ben was on the field of play, I would have liked to think that he would have taken that. But if that is going to be the case, it would be Varane taking it over Ben, then there's something seriously wrong there with United. But regardless, they have come away with a 1-0 victory. Now, I did see a comment in the previous episode as well, and thank you all for leaving your nice comments and stuff on the last episode. Appreciate it, guys. And one of the comments was saying about the fact that with the players that United have got, they should be scoring more goals, creating more chances. But in many ways, guys, you've got to look at it and say, a lot of the time when title-winning teams are not playing that great, they win games by 1-0. And that's something that United have done a couple of times so far with Ben in the side. And as we move into the final game now against Bournemouth, we're going to see if they can do it at Old Trafford again and see if they can have a better performance than what they've been showing in the likes of, Barcelona last time out here when they played at Old Trafford. So they won at the King Power. They won there at the London Stadium. Their last performance at home, not so brilliant against Barca. So they're looking to kind of bounce back from that. The home fans will be expecting them to bounce back from that, and we'll see how they get on here now. As Bournemouth, it's going to be a tough test. There's certain teams in the Premier League. In fact, most of the teams in the Premier League are always going to be a tough test. Whenever you can play against them, it is always tough. It really is. Any side that you play against, they're there for a reason, and they can kind of cause upsets. I mean, look, last night, for example, I watched Liverpool-Swansea, and Swansea beat them by 1-0. So, I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Any team that you play in the Premier League can cause an upset. So, Bournemouth, not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination, but hopefully United will be able to get something out of today's game. And Borthwick Jackson starts the left-back spot. It's a very good side again. Regan Poole and Matic, though, as the two midfielders. I'm slightly disappointed once again with the pick because, again, we have Pogba not playing, we have Zielinski not playing, and unfortunately as well, Lukaku's not playing. It's James Wilson up front. So I just don't know what's going on with Mourinho. Why is he selecting those types of players? And it nearly came back to haunt United because in the first 23 minutes in, Bournemouth had the first chance. Benik Afobe almost giving them the lead there. And if Sam Johnstone hadn't pulled out that save, it would have been Bournemouth 1, United 0. So not a good start to this game by any stretch of the imagination. As James Wilson finding Anthony Martial, back to Martins. Martins lacking shooting boots today, I would say. And I was actually wondering why Martial didn't shoot himself when he was through there. I don't know why he passed it. Personally, I would have shot. I don't know why on earth he decided to pass, but he did. And 58 minutes in, it looked like the game was going to be one of these games that was going to be quite open. Second half began, and it was that man on your screen right there who opened up the scoring at Old Trafford. What a move from this young man. Ake trying to step to him and see what he's got. He just goes around him, gets into the area. I think Ake did pretty much everything right there in the aspect of showing him to the outside. But then he gave him a little bit too much space in the box. And you can't do that when he's through because Ben, he's got bags of quality. He'll find that finish. And I think Ake realises there, you can see with his reaction, he probably realises that he should have got closer to him in the box. Maybe not trying to make the tackle, but certainly just get close to him. Don't allow him to shoot. I think the first bit of defending, he got right in showing him outside rather than inside. But then he's got to get closer in the box. He really has. And as we move into the last 20 minutes, full credit to Bournemouth because they never gave up. They never once gave up during this game. They thought to themselves, the way they were playing, that there was every chance they'd get something out of the game. And I accidentally skipped this here, but I will show you the goal right now in another angle from Benik Afobe. What a goal this is. To score against United is quite tough. But to do it in this manner as well, this pass through is inch perfect. Straight where you would want it. Full credit goes to Benik Afobe. This technique here on the volley is sensational. Leaves Johnstone no chance in the goal there. And disappointingly so, the score is now 1-1. As United now catching them on the break, it is actually Smith trying to keep up with Ben. He does his defending correctly though, instead of Ake. He doesn't allow him to cut inside. He keeps just in range of him to not really allow him to get a decent shot away, and the keeper parries it. So even though they came back to the home and Old Trafford here, they didn't end up winning the game. So they've lost now to Barcelona here, and they've ended up drawing 1-1 with Bournemouth. And as I said, this is one of those games where I looked at it and I said to myself, tell you what, full credit needs to go to Bournemouth because they never gave up. They were actually, at times in that game, they were the better side in that one. And that just shows that it's going to be one of those seasons where I came into this thinking that Man United have a really good squad. It's going to be quite easy. And maybe that's not going to be the case because Bournemouth have shown us there that they can cause upsets. And if Ben hasn't scored that goal, it may have been a different story altogether. But that is how today's episode will end, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, a like would be greatly appreciated. As you saw there, that was the draw for the quarterfinal of the Carabao Cup. It will be Nottingham Forest taking on Manchester United. That's how it ends in the league table as well. We are 1 point ahead of Chelsea. It's very, very tight at the top. I will see you all again at 4 p.m. tomorrow, guys, for yet another video. Don't forget to click that notification to never miss an upload, guys. See you all then. Adios.